So today is my PS2 collection, so we'll start. Alright, I don't know where to start first, but the first thing to start, I don't know where to start. Alright. So my first one is Persona 4. This is the original one this includes a CD. Very good RPG, one of the best RPGs on the system, my opinion. Probably better than Final Fantasy X. Has a good gameplay mechanic. It has a good story, and I think this one shines above the Persona 5 and Persona 3. Although I'm not like a huge keen to the series, I just know Persona 4 because it's the most recognizable one in the series. So yeah. I Ninja. This one is very good game. I saw Captain Algebra play it yesterday, and I did want to stream this, but I'll probably have to wait another time. I played this beforehand, the demo, and it looks really good. So, yeah. Mega Man Anniversary Collection. This is the PS2 version. I will stream this because I have to stream Mega Man 8 because believe it or not, I did have Mega Man 8 on my Saturn, but I sold it. It was the Japanese Saturn, so the one for the US the one for the Japanese is kind of cheaper than the US because the US is like very expensive because it's a Saturn. So, yep. All right, Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, one of my favorite stealth games, and I like it. Splinter Cell's a good series overall. It's way better than Metal Gear Solid in terms of stealth gameplay. This and also Hitman, but Hitman is more an open world stealth, and I believe Thief is the same level as Splinter Cell, because Thief revolves more on stealth, but it's first person sneaker. And Thief is really good because it focuses on realism, and that's where Splinter Cell got it from. So very good stealth game. ESPN Major League Baseball 2K5. I snatched this at 8-bit plus. It was for free because I don't know what I got with this, but I believe I got it with Tales of Abyss, one of the Tales games for DS. So I just snatched this for free. So I will stream this someday, probably when baseball season starts. So yeah. Mega Man X8. This is actually pretty okay. People say it's not that good, but I think this is a good it's a decent Mega Man game for so yeah. Siphon Filter Omega Stream. This one's also decent, but not that great as the originals. One's on the PS1. So yeah. Maximo Goes into Glory. This is actually, I believe, from the Ghost and Goblin series, and I heard this one's really good. So I'm gonna give this one a try. Crash Bandicoot Wrath of the Cortex. This one is another good Crash game, and I believe one of the last. This in my opinion is one of the best Crash games before, probably like on the PS2 on the 6th generation, along with Crash to Insanity. So yeah, give this one a try as well. FIFA Street. FIFA Street is really good. Made by EA. They do NBA Street and NFL Street, which I played before as a kid. So this one is really good. Rainbow Six Lockdown. I saw this one in the ad back in 2005, and I say this is a really decent, good tactical shooter. Sorry. So yeah. Persona 3. This is Persona 3. I believe this is FES. This is this box comes with a CD. I believe it comes with a CD, music CD, and a booklet. And the funny thing is, I was gonna sell this at Small Town because I didn't want it, but turns out it kind of kept it safe because don't have a disc. But I'm gonna dig my PS2 see if there is. If not, I'll have to buy it. But also the fact that I sold the original P3 at Anime House like probably 2 years ago, and little did I know, like I think recently I checked the price. It goes for like probably like $65 complete. So, and I got $10 off of selling it along with P5. So that was pretty much a fucking rip off. I'm sorry, a rip off. So yeah. Right there. Grand Theft Auto 3, classic game, one of the best games ever made. I saw Dizzy play it, so shout out to him. And it's really good. All right, so I got Sly Cooper and Sly 2. These are very classic PS2 games, and I like the series a lot, even the first one. So yeah. Star Ocean. I haven't got into the Star Ocean series. My friend Dan, not my friend Dan, which I used to hang out ever since middle school. He likes the series, so he likes it a lot. For me, I haven't gotten into the series, but I'm probably gonna get into with the PS1 version. So yeah. All right. Time Crisis Zone. This is one. It's a classic light gun shooter. I would prefer, well, this is the PS2 version, but I would prefer the original one, the arcade. This is the 2005 version. The arcade was released back in 97 or 97, 98. But at the time, probably when Time Crisis 2 was released. So yeah. Atelier Iris 2. This is, I believe, a action RPG. Reminds me of Odin Spear and Tales. So this one is probably a decent RPG. Siren. Believe it or not, everyone thinks about horror, like in horror games like Friday Nights at Freddy's, Slender Man, Amnesia. Well, Amnesia's kind of underrated now, but Amnesia, people still play it. Or one of those games made by the creators of Unmasker. They think it's scary. Siren is very scary to play, and you'll see why. And yeah, very good horror game, recommend. I'm not a big horror fan because like PS2 is known for their horror based games, and I've seen it a lot. But Siren is really good. Ico. I would prefer this over Shadow of the Colossus because of its story, like linear story gameplay. Linear gameplay and its stories, and I like Ico a lot because you explore castle. So yeah. Zone of the Enders. I think it's a mecha game, and this is a Japanese version, but I didn't get too much to. I've never been fan of the series nor played it. So yeah. Zack Bell Mamoto Battles. I believe it's a fighting game. This is based off a cartoon series of the same name. I think I saw this on Toonami back then, and that's quite good. 13. This is based off a Belgian comic, and it's very unique with its comic art style infused into it with the FPS gameplay. So this one's really good. Xenosaga. For me, I haven't got into the Xeno series. Well, Xenoblade Chronicles, and probably I would only get into because it's made by Nintendo. But Xeno's gears as well for the PS1 because it's very noticeable. But the PS2 one I've never gotten into, but I only collected it. So we'll see. Virtua Fighter 4, one of my favorite. It's a very good fighting game. I can say there. Splinter Cell. Nice. It's a good stealth game. Nothing to see there. King of Fighters 11. Good fighting game. This I believe was, I'm not mistaken if this was Atomos Wave or hardware. So let's see. King of Fighters 2003 and 2002 combo pack. This one is hard to get. Well, this one is like uncommon. It's still like cheap. Like it goes for $30-$40, but it's not like gonna go for $100. But they still have there's a 2000 and 2001 combo pack as well. I've seen it once, but this if you're into King of Fighters, this one's very good. Tekken Tag Tournament, classic PS2 game. This is our PS2 port from the arcade version. So, good. Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. This comes with Street Fighter 2 and the Hyper Street Fighter 2 and Third Strike. So this one is only good. Only comes with 2 games. Star Wars Battlefront, very classic PS2 game. I played this a lot as a kid. It's very good with co-op or versus modes. So yeah. Battle of Bikini Bottom. This is a very game I usually get fond of as a kid. I would prefer to get the GameCube version because that's where I used to play before. But Battle of Bikini Bottom is pretty good. Also the remakes are out, so if you wanna, you can play the remake too as well. Soul Calibur 3. It's a good fighting game, nonetheless. Sonic Mega Collection. I had the GameCube one back then, but this one is better because it has additional games, mostly from the Game Gear titles. So, and you can unlock Restart in this one too. So yeah. All right. I'm not gonna say this. This is called Sky Gunners. I was introduced to this game last year. I went to VAP and I said, "What the heck is this game?" And never saw it. But this one goes for $100. But I got this one for $70 on eBay because it only comes with a disc, no manual. But if I get the manual, it's gonna go $100, $199 plus, because that's where the price range was. I believe this is a pilot shooter. Reminds me of Ace Combat, but it's pretty cartoonish, so I would recommend playing it. This is one of my most valuable PS2 games that I have. I will get more. I will get Futurama and probably Gradius 5 and probably more. But I think those are the only 2 games I would also want to get. So probably also Wild Arms or God Hand, but Wild Arms is the one I usually get used to because I played Wild Arms 1 before. But most of the the most rarest PS2 games are mostly horror, so I don't really want to collect it. All right, Rayman 3. Rayman's really good. It's a 3D platformer, so I would play this one. Recommend it. Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Operation Resurrection. This is a PS2 port from the PC version, the PC game, and Return to Castle Wolfenstein is really good. If even the PC version or the PS2 version is good, I recommend playing it. Shadow of the Colossus. What I said is that I prefer Ico for Shadow of the Colossus, although Shadow of the Colossus is really good. I only got to I believe the 3rd Colossus, and I stopped there because it's very hard to grasp with its gameplay. So, very good PS2 game. I had this one. I had when probably since 2006. This is Shadow the Hedgehog, and this is in the GameStop cover. So yeah, Soundscope 2. Soundscope, very good light gun with sniper, where you play as a sniper, so really good. I seen it in arcades a lot, so yeah. MLB 06 The Show. I used to play this one as a kid, both the PS2 and the PSP when I get bored playing games, so I would just play. I would simulate myself playing baseball because I'm a huge baseball fan, so yeah. Max Payne. This one is really good. If you like some good third-person shooters on the PS2, like Grand Theft Auto, or there's like others, mostly Siphon Filter, I recommend you play Max Payne. So, Lego Indiana Jones. It's a very good game. If you're familiar with Lego Star Wars and you're familiar with any of the Lego games, so recommend playing it. Kingdom Hearts, believe it or not, I played it and I quit playing it because I didn't get used to the series. Sorry if I say this, but also I don't want Sword and Smash. So yeah, he said no, like, well, why not Sword and Smash? Well, we play like Shulk. It's like, I'm not joking. Like, he's not like everyone's like, oh, he can be in Smash. Like, no, you can have Arthur in Smash, and Arthur is probably more iconic than Sora because Arthur is from Ghosts and Goblins, and heck, believe it or not, Ghosts and Goblins is very more iconic and from from a Nintendo's perspective, even Contra and Ninja Gaiden, because those are old games. So yeah. Hack. This one I've never gotten into. I believe this was based off the cartoon series. This was premiered on Toonami back then, and RPG is really good, but holy crap, there's lots of hack games, and I haven't played it, so this is one of them. Gran Turismo 3 Ace-Spec, very good racing game, nothing to say there. God of War and God of War 2, one of my favorite PS2 series games, because God of War is sick. Introduced the third person hack and slash was redefined with God of War. Then after that, you got Ninja Gaiden is also another good hack and slash. Even the 2004 version is really good, but very difficult. Also, yeah, Bayonetta and then Astral Chains and Nier, but this one redefined hack and slash of a new generation. Also, Devil May Cry. I forgot that. So, Deus Ex. If you play, this is based off the 2000 game from the PC, and it's really good. Deus Ex. This is like a first-person shooter with RPG mechanics, so this one's so good. Capcom vs SNK 2. This one I like. This one my favorite fire games of the 2000s, even arcade ones. So, yeah. Asterix and Obelix kick butt. I like the comic. This is based off the comic, which I like the most. There's an arcade. This is a very good platformer. I would also recommend from the series is the arcade version made by Konami. It's a very good beat 'em up, very underrated beat 'em up. One, I believe if I were to rate the top 10 beat 'em ups, this is the asterisk for the arcade version would be top 3, because the art style is very good, but it's also difficult because you only have like 3 It's because of Konami, 3 continues and that's it. It's so dumb. But Ace Combat 5, very classic, pilot based simulation, very good. I had this when I got the PS5, and I beat the game, and I like the gameplay, and the story is okay. So yeah. Grim Glory. I believe this is another 2D based action platform RPG made by NIS. I would recommend this too, and yeah. This Odin Spear. This one is a classic. This is 2D based action platformer, action hack and slash RPG. I meant to say, this is very good game, and I would recommend it a lot. So yeah, GoldenEye. I remember this is actually based off probably like a remake of the GoldenEye, but I'm not sure. It's very good FPS, but I would still prefer the original GoldenEye because it's a classic. Then you had the Time Crisis 3 and Time Crisis 2. One of my favorite light gun games. I would prefer 3. I've seen a lot in arcade, like today's like arcade places, like or like indoor amusement parks, because the cabinet's very common. This one I have not seen an arcade cabinet in 10 years or 5 years. So this one, the arcade cabinet, probably hard to find. So if you find an arcade cabinet of this game, I recommend you play it. It's really good. The arcade version is better. So Super R-Type Final, very good shoot 'em up for the PS2, along with Gradius 5 and Sylphie. One problem, and same thing with Persona 3, but Persona 3 I probably could find the discs because I probably had it somewhere. No disc. It was missing when I first bought it, and then when I went to the store me and the employee to find it, we couldn't find it, so I'm gonna have to buy the disc manually. Shining Force Exa. This is a I don't know how to say this, dungeon crawler. and I would play it, but holy crap, it's kind of hard to get used to. I just like the art style. Even the Shining Force is very classic Sega RPG. Shinobi, VGL 58 played likes this game a lot, and I played it too. It's also very hard. Even the final boss, where in the final stage and the final boss, where I couldn't beat the final boss at all. I don't know what I was doing, so this one's really good. Final Fantasy 12. Not a huge fan of this game nor the series. The only game I play is 6 or 3 in the US because it's from a Nintendo. So, yeah. Ratchet and Clank, Going Commando, very classic PS2 game. Recommend playing this one. It's a good third-person shooter, lots of humor, and yeah. Contra Shell Soldiers, very good run and gun for the PS2. I saw Megan then play it, and he likes it, and so I like it too. But I haven't beaten this game yet, so this one I recommend. Ace Combat 4, Shattered Skies, classic. Pilot-based game, so nothing to say there. Silent Scope, another light gun game from the Silent Scope series. This one's really good, so I recommend it. Wild Arms 4, from the Wild Arms series. If you're not used to the Wild Arms series, I would play the first 2 games to get used to it. For me, I like it because takes place in the Wild West, fused with fantasy and science fiction, which for me is what a JRPG is all about. Which for me, I would only play for the setting, not for just to get deeper knowledge, because yeah, this one's good. So yeah, Capcom Classic Collection, and this one's a compilation of Capcom games. See the arcade ones, and even they have the Super Ghosts and Goblins. And then I have more PS2 games, but they're in the disc. So let's see, I have Lego Star Wars, SpongeBob, Creature from the Krusty Krab. And I probably list some more games, but I'm going to dig through Call of Duty, SOCOM, whatever. And that's about it. Yep.